about 1 mile out from turning into Dinner Island Ranch. It is a Florida wildlife conservation area. There's a lot of mixed uses out here, but we are getting into that conservation area. Gonna turn right here shortly, and then not too far down the road is where I'll be camping at. There's a lot of different uses out here. I primarily use it for camping in the summer. The place that I usually camp in the summer floods a lot during our rainy season. So Dinner Island Ranch is usually my backup spot. It doesn't flood out particularly. And this is down a gravel road. There's not too often that you can find gravel roads in Florida. Where I'm going to be staying at is in like a oak hammock area that's shaded, and we're going to be protected from the sun. Whoa, that was a big dip. But I am going up here, and there's probably going to be some things that we're going to check out, but I'm going to get the tent pitched first. I hope it's not too busy out here, because I really don't like camping when there's a bunch of people out here. But I don't think that there is. I'm going to get over here, let this truck on through, let these trucks on through. I hope they're not all staying out here, but I guess I'll find out. Looks like there's quite a few people camping out here, but I think that they might be on the RV side, but this stinks. There are like people camping over where I want to camp at, and I'm driving my truck back on in here, people. We need to go get out of my way. That's 3, that's 4, this is 5. I'm going to back into my spot. This stinks at how many people are out here. I really like to camp more remote than this, but it ain't gonna happen today. But I'm gonna back my truck in like this, and that should help seclude me. So I'm gonna pitch my tent right here. There's actually some tarps already on the ground. Kind of convenient. Pull up some of these sticks. Ow! That was a thorn. That sucked. Make sure that don't fucking get me again. I'm not messing with that. It poked the crap out of me. I'm gonna set up the tent right here. This isn't really what I was expecting this weekend. I was gonna camp at a primitive camp spot that I go to that's just a kind of a solo group camp thing. Only one person or one group can get it at a time. But that area was flooded out. They kept canceling my camping reservation. I tried to make it twice and it got canceled both times. So I got an email back from them saying that their weathers were not optimal and they were getting a lot of rain and flooded out. But this is my backup area, so here I am. I got some rappel 40% DEET. Gonna get some of this on me. But I also have, I've not tried this yet, but Coleman 100. It's like 98% DEET. But it's supposed to be for conditions like Florida. And you can probably see I'm already starting to sweat, but I got the game changer right here. I'm gonna get this baby running. But I'm also gonna make sure that I hydrate. It's hot out here. I know earlier when I checked the weather, it was like 93, real feel of 107. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here. But I'm already feeling better about this setup so far. I got my tent here, I'm getting ready to unpack. I got a rain fly in here that I'm probably gonna unpack. The rain chances are really low, so I might not even have to put it on. So I might just hold off. This feels so good. And I can do like this. It doesn't do as cool as the big fans used to do, but that's how us 80s babies used to be entertained, doing stupid stuff like that. I'm just gonna finish unpacking. I got some new tent stakes because at my last camp I lost a bunch. These are not quite the quality that I thought they were going to be. So they came with a nice little bag. I thought I was getting tent stakes more like this. I originally got these at Walmart. They're really thick. They got a place for the guy line ties. But what I got from Amazon is this. So it's close, but not really the same length. But here in Florida, I don't need anything real long. This is probably overkill. This is gonna do good, but I was expecting this. But it's alright. These came. There's a set of 12 here. And what I love is a good carrying bag. It's got a bag that I can put all my steaks in. So I got that. Forgot one. We're gonna get the tent set up. I'm just kind of unpacking everything. When I'm able to bring my truck, I pack as much as I need to, but still try to stay, you know, minimal. I don't want to have too much. That is what made my last camp more difficult. I tried to not pack a whole lot my last camp because I biked in at my last camp, and the bike in was about 15 minutes. It was on my e-bike, but it was still really hot that day. And when I got to camp, my camp spot really didn't end up having any shade. This one has ample amount of shade. It's gonna be quite nice. So here shortly you're gonna see the tent go up in this area. Got my truck parked here. But yeah, this is just kind of everything that I've got. Got my fan, got some paracord, got toilet paper, got a box cutter, a camp stove. We're gonna have some chicken and mashed potatoes tonight. I oven baked some chicken the other night and cut that up and brought it with me, and brought some mashed potatoes, and we've got some water, some ice cold water. I always like to make sure that I got plenty of water to drink because it's hot. It's 107 out here, real feel 93 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and get the tent set up. It's just a Ozark Trail, one-person tent. It's great for backpacking though. I just put it down in my backpack and got plenty of room for it. And this is the Rainfly. But I've got a better Rainfly, so I'm probably not going to use that. It's really nice that somebody left this tarp here though. They give me a place to put the tent. If there happen to be flood water, this will help it stay a little more dry. So let's get the tent set up. So this is my one-person tent. Got it all staked out. I also got a chair this time. Last time I camped, I didn't have a chair. It's like when I was overheating, I didn't have any way of just chilling out, cooling down. But now, I got my water. I got my fan. And we're gonna let the wind from the fan blow in our face and cool us down for a little bit. And then I think I might put up my Rainfly a little bit just to kind of block from the sun some. I don't know what I'll be able to rig up, but I might figure out something. But for now, fan time, share time, relaxing time, and then back to work time. Now I'm gonna start putting my cot together. Put the cot together in the tent. That way I can already be in here. But the cot, just this fabric. And a bunch of these legs. And these long ones are the ones that go a long way in the cot. Alright, I got both of my long stakes through. I just need to get all the legs. There's just 5 set of legs. It's not that bad. They just go between the metal, each like that. There's 4 or 5. Whew. That last one's hard to get in there, but it's in there. I'm stuck. No. All right. Come out of the tent. Come birthing out of the tent. Oh. But yeah, there's the cot. I didn't really get a picture of it last time I camped. I basically got the cot up last time and had to leave. So this actually was my first time sleeping on it. So this is the rain fly that I've got, the tarp that I've got. And I just put up this paracord kind of A-frame going across here. I want to bring this like this. Not too much over it. Just kind of over it like that. You know what? I'm an idiot. There's actually a thing on here to put the paracord through. I didn't notice that. Oh, there's several on here. That's good. I could just redo it. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's do this. I'm just gonna put this paracord through all the little hoops. Should work out perfect. As you can see, I'm still tying this stuff up. Sweating pretty good, but I got to take a little break and got to drink some water. But after I get this tarp up, I'm chilling. So I'm gonna bring you guys with me. But I got it tied up on that tree over there, tying it to this tree. I'm just gonna do a temporary tie. See if this will. Oh yeah, and see, I'm gonna pull that backside back like this. Yeah, and I'm gonna make it more taut. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So that way we get some shade, get some rain protection. I got my truck blocking me from people out there. And I'm gonna have a little bit of shade right here. So I'm gonna finish getting this put up. I'm gonna take some of these big stakes that I've got. Yeah, that's exactly how I was envisioning this. If I wanted to, I could probably pull this over a little bit if I wanted to. But it's good enough right now. I'm not expecting any rain. I mainly just want some blockage from the sun. Sun is setting out west, out that way. Got me protected from the sun. And it's got me protected from the rain too, but if it was to rain, it would just run down that. I'd maybe have to tighten it some, but not much. Yeah, camp's all set up. I'm just chilling. It's hot. It's cooled down some, but it's not bad. I got the fan blowing on me. I got this tarp keeping me blocked from that sun back there. Well, the camp's going pretty good right now. It's a little noisy. I like to have some peace and quiet. I don't really like to hear people when I camp. I like to just hear nature. So it's not optimal, but it's a summer camp. It's primitive. You know, there's no electric or anything out here. I had to bring my own water. My fan is battery powered with rechargeable DeWalt batteries right behind me. It makes camping quite a bit easier, really. It almost feels like glamping. It's still primitive camping, but it almost feels like glamping when I have my truck, because I can bring so much stuff. But I still try to keep it minimal. I try to just limit it to rain fly, tent, my stove, my camp stove. We'll be getting that out soon, make some food. Summer, I like to bring that water jug cooler. It's a 5-gallon cooler. I got 2 gallons of water in it, and I put a bag of ice in it so it's good and cold, because I don't want to get dehydrated. I want to make sure that I got plenty of water. And then I got my cot. I forgot my pillow, forgot my blanket. Like, I had it with all my stuff, but those were the last 2 things that I didn't get. I don't know if any of y'all watch Camping with Champion, Todd Champion. He's always forgetting stuff. I feel for him because I'm always forgetting stuff too. Some of the campers have been calling it a Todd Champion. You did a Todd Champion. And I did a Todd Champion today. I forgot a couple important things. But the good thing is, I've got a life jacket from when I kayak. I've got my wife's seat cushion from when she kayaks. And I've got my sleeping bag, because I probably won't need my sleeping bag. So I can use those things as a pillow. Alright, just reapplied some bug spray not too long ago. Getting ready to start cooking. Today I brought something a little untraditional as far as cooking goes. But hey, it's actually a Mountain House meal, but it's not a Mountain House meal. I brought some instant mashed potatoes, and it just takes boiling water to get these cooked. And then I've got some oven baked chicken in it that I'm gonna have to just getting everything set up. I've got this fire maple. I've had this. They don't sponsor me, or they didn't provide this to me or anything like that. But it's been really nice. Everything fits inside of the pot, so it's really portable. It's got this little attachment. It's really nice if you want to use like a regular pot, or if you wanted to use maybe a skillet. Oh gosh. Oh, I guess the gas is on. I don't know why the gas is on. And oh, I know why the gas is on. I tucked this in, so I need to tighten that to close it. And now I can screw that on there. And now we're not leaking anymore. So yeah, I just had to turn that, shut that. But it's really nice because it's got like this honeycomb design on the bottom. It's like a heat diffuser. Makes water boil really quick. It just uses the isobutane. Let's see. There's some, you probably can't see it, but inside of there are lines in there, and it helps you measure out how much water. I just need a little over 0.4 liters. It's like 2 cups that I need, and I'm just using my trusty water jug. I sometimes do a little less water just to make sure that it's not too runny. Like that. That's all that I'm gonna do with that. Move my water back aside. Got my little cook area set up. Let's just twist in here. It's got a little lid for it. Put that on there. But I just need to go and turn this on. Flames up. It really takes that water like no time to boil. Ranch dip that I picked up before. I'm gonna add that to the mashed potatoes. Makes them a little creamy. Kind of gives them a homemade taste. And then here is my oven baked chicken that I brought from home, already cooked. So I'll mix that in with the mashed potatoes when they're done. It'll be tasty. It'll be a lot tastier than the Mountain House meal. I can guarantee it. It's cheaper too. Leftovers, you know, I don't really like to waste leftovers. Oh, it's boiling. So it's time to turn that off. And now I just need to open my mashed potatoes. Pour that on in there. Thankfully I did not forget my fork. I also picked up forks at Walmart when I was there. And I'm going to just lift that off of there. Just move that aside for right now. I don't need that. But I'm just gonna whip up these mashed potatoes. And we're actually gonna bring the stove back over here into the mix. I'm just gonna whip up the mashed potatoes and get them all dressed up. Shouldn't need too much ranch. I like to season things up a little bit too. Let me stir this in. So I was able to get some little packets of pepper when I was at Walmart earlier. I was getting water there. And I got these things while I was there, like the ranch, little thing of ranch, single serving of ranch, and single serving peppers. I like a lot of pepper too, and thankfully these pepper packets have a lot of pepper in them. Some pepper packets don't. Let's get that on in there. And I'm gonna put this chicken in there. I'm just gonna kind of dump some of this chicken in here and stir it up. Some chicken and mashed potatoes in there. And I'm gonna put some more pepper in there. I cook with a lot of spices. That chicken is pretty spiced up too. Some chili powder, some pepper, probably some garlic, all the good fixins. This is probably going to turn out really good. I have high hopes for it. Cooking with Carl here. Let me get this rest of this chicken stirred up in here, evenly distributed throughout it. Good thing about having the big jug of water, yeah, that's pretty good so far. It'll make for easy cleanup. I'm gonna move this away so I don't catch myself on fire. It's still pretty humid out here. It's not as hot. But I'm just gonna put this on here just for a little bit on a low heat. We're just gonna let that simmer on a low heat for a little bit. Probably won't even need to let that simmer for very long. It's tasting pretty good. Seems pretty hot too. Like, you know, the temperature of the food, not the spiciness. But so far it's better than the Mountain House. It's like a broke man's Mountain House. Because if you've ever bought a Mountain House or ever looked at them, they're kind of expensive. They're really convenient, but they're expensive. Give it a little stir. Like, it almost sounded earlier like the bottom was getting too hot, but I think I was able to get it cooled down some. Another way to do this, it's even more convenient, because I had a little cooler and I brought some ice. I mean, I got ice when I got my water and just put a little bit in the cooler. So I brought the chicken out in that to make sure it didn't go bad or anything like that, but it was already cooked. But I still don't like taking the risk. If you didn't want to bring ice, you could just do like canned chicken and drain the water off of it and make the mashed potatoes and mix it together and heat it like that too. But I already had the chicken. I fixed the chicken the other night and didn't eat it. So it was like, yeah, this is getting hot enough. It's kind of burning the bottom now. But that chicken, it's not burnt. It would have if I would have left it sit there a little bit longer. But that is my mashed potatoes and chicken. Let's see how it tastes, guys. That's good. I like that. Mountain House got the same thing. This is way better. 2 thumbs up. 9 out of 10 stars. I kind of just wanted to show my cleanup a little bit. Not really doing a whole lot, just kind of putting some water in here because I got some water, you know, to waste. Got a little bit of water in there. Just gonna take some paper towels that I had and I actually just found these paper towels in my truck. I didn't even know I had them. So I was like, well, that makes cleanup really easy. I mean, I'll still have to, you know, clean it with soap when I get home, but at least it don't have food residue in it. But it's not as much of a worry since it's in my truck. You don't have to worry about wildlife getting to it or anything. All cleaned up. Throw that away. But yeah. And then everything just fits back in here. The little stand, it folds. It wasn't folded like that to hold the gas tank. That all folds up. Goes in there. And that goes next. And then that. If I had a smaller gas tank, it's supposed to fit in there, but this is too big of a gas tank. But the lid goes on there, and then the handle flips back over. It's got that little wire there to hold it, and it's all contained. I like to just keep everything in bags. It just makes everything easier for transportation. So I always try to keep these things because I can just throw them in a book bag. I've got a decent sized backpack that I can fit like my cot and my tent. I can usually strap like the tent on the outside of the bag. Put like my camping stove in there, some other miscellaneous things. And then I've got a smaller backpack that I use like when I go kayaking. Just like when I take things that I need while I'm kayaking. So I pack that bag full of stuff too. But I would really like to get a hiking backpack sometime that I could just have one backpack that would have like all my essentials, and just have one backpack that I could use, because I sometimes even do primitive camps where like I hike into the camp. There was one time we went out to Myakka State Park and we hiked into the primitive camp there. Unfortunately, the park ranger gave us wrong instructions, so we ended up hiking like 5 miles when it only really needed to be like 1.5 miles, 2 miles. Thankfully, I had Google Maps and it was working, and we were able to eventually find the camp spot. It was kind of one of those disaster trips, but it turned out good. Like, but it was dangerous. It was hot. The reason why we got bad directions from a park ranger was because somebody was lost in the forest out at Myakka. I think they'd been missing for 2 or 3 days. The park ranger drives up to us and says, "Did you see the car parked out there when you came in at the trailhead?" Yeah. You know, he was like, "Yeah, that car's been there for like 2 or 3 days. Have you heard anybody?" And it was really weird because shortly before that, like, we heard somebody screaming for help, but it was so hard to tell like where they were. And I told the ranger, I was like, "I heard some guy like over that way, but I don't know where he was, but I heard somebody yell help." And when we ended up finding that camping spot, I went back to my vehicle just to change out some things, because it wasn't that far of a hike once we figured out the trail that we needed. But it was, and that guy's car wasn't there anymore, so either that guy found his way out or they found him. But this, like, I wonder if that park ranger got that guy lost like they got us lost. But thankfully I wasn't out there for 2 or 3 days. It was just all day hike in the marsh, a lot of sun, a lot of heat. We had to lay under trees and get shade anytime that we could, but there were like very few trees. There were some bushes. It was even getting to the point where we were like laying under bushes trying to get shade because it was so hot. But thankfully we had a lot of water with us. But if we wouldn't have had enough water, it could have gotten dangerous. And if I wouldn't have had GPS, we could have been just walking around in circles, because the guy totally did not take us on the trail. He had us going down like a service road. He totally misguided us. Long story short, the hiking and camping, the backpack camping, it's fun as long as you know where you're going. So I'd really like to have a bigger backpack so I could do some more trips like that. It's just hard in the summer. It gets so hot. It's starting to cool down right now, but I'm just glad that I've had shade, because it's been hot. It started off 93, real feel of 107, and then as the evening has gone on a little bit, it's 6:56 right now. I'd say about 30 minutes to an hour ago, it was 95 with a real feel of 100. So temperature's coming down a little bit. We're getting ready to, I think I'll explore a little bit. I don't really know what's out here. I don't think there's a whole lot out here to hike and see. There's like hunting and this camping, and you can hike like the road out here that we came in on. No like really hiking trails that I know of, but we're gonna take off here on foot, see if we can't find something here in a little bit though. I'm just gonna go out and explore some. Leaving the campsite. Just leaving the campsite. Behind my truck is the campsite. I'm really hidden as far as like my tent goes, because like you gotta actually come back here or like be looking at an angle. And there's my tent back there behind the truck right now. Just gonna go out and explore, see what we can find. I'm not gonna stay gone too long. This is just the road that we drove in on. Quite a few people out here. But we're just gonna go walk a little bit and see what we can get into. There's probably a lot of water over there. That kind of foliage usually grows in wetlands area, so it's probably very low, a lot of water. It's one of the reasons why I brought such heavy bug spray, because there's usually just kind of bugs surrounding this whole area. So I know from experience to have a good bug spray out here. Don't want to get West Nile or Zika or dengue fever or any of the mosquito-borne illnesses that can be carried. Out in front of us is just a large pasture. A lot of cows. But we're gonna just take a look. I see a bird over in this tree. This is called Dinner Island Grade. And then in that set of trees is where I'm camping at. Beautiful sunset tonight. I know there's like a little informational place up here. I think it's like a hunter check station. We're at least gonna hike up there and just kind of see what's over there and go from there. There's a little bit closer up with the cows. There's kind of chilling. There might be some water over there that they're drinking on. A few of them are looking at me right now. They kind of act like they want to come over here. Here, moo cow, moo cow, moo cow. Here, moo cow, moo cow, moo cow. They're looking. They're curious. Here, moo cow, moo cow, moo cow. See, this sound is why I like to camp. I prefer the campsite to be this quiet. There's something in this water. I don't know what it is. Probably just frogs or something. There could be gators in there though. Cows didn't want anything to do with me. They're just staying over there. They got bored of me like I got bored of them. There's some wasp nests in here. Let's, oh God. Let's not get stung by a wasp. Let's make sure we do that. We got a buck. These cows are active. They saw me standing over here. Some of them like have come running over here. I don't know if they can get out or not, but like they are walking towards me. See? They're all watching me. I don't trust them. Oh my God, some of them are running. They do not know what to think about me. Oh my God. They're like following me. I don't think they really like me. That one's a bull. They're following me for sure. They're all going this way. I don't trust them. Do you see them just staring at me? I swear I'm not a threat. So I legit just got chased out by cows. They were like coming at me for sure. If there wouldn't have been this ditch with all this water in it, they probably would have came across. They were coming really close. They are all walking away now. That was interesting. So I'm just heading back. All those cows are staying down there now. They seriously followed me all the way down here. So I'm just gonna let them be, and I'm just gonna enjoy nature. That sunset. Look at that sunset. It's beautiful. Me and those cows, we had a talk. We had a one-to-one. They said that I could be over here. I can watch the sunset. I can watch the sunset that's back there. And they said they'll leave me alone if I stay over here and let them stay over there. So I'm gonna let them have their way. They won. But this sunset is beautiful. Let's turn around and watch it. But yeah, we're just heading back. Can enjoy some of this beautiful scenery on the way back. With the cows, it was really odd. They definitely followed me all the way down, and they stayed down there. They did not want me to walk past them, but I was calling for them earlier. I may have started it, but it was also made clear that campers might feed the cows that are out here, and when they see people, they might get excited and think they're gonna get fed or something. But there are a lot more cows than there are me, and this barbed wire fence is not stopping a herd of cows. And they weigh a lot. I was not playing around. I don't know what cows are thinking. They could be trying to defend their babies. I'm not sticking around to find out. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of hiking out here. There's a lot of wildlife though. There's more than just cows. I was hoping to find something abandoned that I could like explore, but there was nothing. I'm gonna head back to the camp and start winding down. This is my spot. I've walked about a mile. I'm still kind of recovering from my ankle. I can do more with my ankle than I have been. But for the past couple of days, my back has really been hurting and my hip has been hurting. I had a vehicle accident. I think it was about a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago. And I hit the truck because I wasn't going down in the ditch. It was a deep ditch, and I would rather take on that little bit of damage from hitting him than going in the ditch and possibly flipping or getting hurt more. But ever since that accident, my back has been kind of messed up. But I did physical rehab for a little bit, and I don't really have problems with it anymore. But I do from time to time. But if I use like a massage gun and a foam roller, it usually helps. But I've been feeling pretty good this afternoon. I wasn't feeling real great this morning, so I'm not gonna push it. But I'm just getting back to the camp spot. Just gonna relax for the rest of the night. I'll check back in here in a little bit. Here's camp. It's getting dark though. That's where I had to end up hitting that truck right there. Cracked my headlight right there. Right there. And it broke my bumper pretty good. I gotta buy a whole new bumper. It's about $300, but I need to buy a whole new truck really. But it's like I'm running it till the wheels fall off. But we're gonna chillax for a little bit and see what it do.
I'm in State Forest right now in the middle of north central
watching
PA,
Sam
and I slept here last night.
on the northwest wing.
And there are noises in the woods. You're going to hear branches breaking, things falling out of trees, footsteps, weird things. There's going to be noises. I can tell you that they're absolutely normal.
Laying here,
and
watching
I can tell
some
you
Netflix,
that any
watching some
being,
YouTube.
whether someone like me that's slept in the woods
I like to watch
hundreds
Sam.
of nights,
I email Sam. I've gotten some suggestions from him.
you're gonna hear those
The
things,
tarp
and
that I
your
got,
senses
he
are
kind
gonna
of
tingle.
helped
Your
give
wizard
some
brain's gonna go off,
recommendations
and
on
you're gonna
that.
be
Helped
a
me
little
find
alert.
something.
You also might be
And kind of chat with him every once in a while. He's a good guy, awesome outdoor YouTuber. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep chilling, watch some more videos. Probably gonna turn in soon. It's only 9:30 though. It's probably not. Hey everybody, I just got done watching some YouTube. Just got done watching Sam from the Northwest Wind. He was just talking about if you got any fears of camping, kind of what you can do about overcoming those fears. I've been camping for a while now. Ever since I was a kid, I remember camping in the backyard in Indianapolis as a kid, you know, in the middle of the city in the backyard. Didn't really have anywhere else to camp at, but, you know, that was fun. Did that as a kid. Grew up, and as a young adult in my teens, sleeping on concrete pads outside, you know, from partying all night or whatever. Young and dumb days. Thankfully, I don't have those anymore. But, you know, staying out too late, not having a place to go, and just sleeping under the stars on a concrete pad. Maybe find an abandoned house to sleep in. Abandoned houses to hang out in with people. But, you know, I don't really do that anymore. I don't do that at all anymore. It's not I don't really do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I would sleep in an abandoned house today as like a stealth camp, possibly, if, you know, I wasn't going to get in trouble for trespassing. But definitely on different terms today than it was back when I was a teen. And when I moved down here to Florida, I started camping, me and a buddy, and kept camping. I'm not a big fan of the summer camps, but this summer camp has been a really good one. Having the right gear and just being fully prepared really helps. This fan right here, game changer. I got it blowing on me right now, and it feels so good. I had a cheap camping fan from Walmart. It was like $30. I overpaid for it. It was several years back. It ran on D batteries. It never ran good. The speed would fluctuate. It would maybe last a night. D batteries are expensive, big, bulky. And this thing just runs on my DeWalt batteries. This is a 1.5 AH, 1.5 amp hour. But on low speed, I've gotten over 8 hours. On kind of medium speed, I've gotten around 6 to 7 hours. I guess on a bigger battery, like a 5 amp hour battery, you can get like 4.5 to 5 hours on the highest speed. And then the lower speeds, of course, it would go even longer. But even on just the 1.5 amp hour batteries, it's been good. I've just been using one battery so far. I'll probably change battery whenever this stops running. I don't know how much longer it's got. But I'll switch to a different battery and use that battery while I'm sleeping. But I just wanted to check in, give y'all just a little tour. I'll get out of the way here. My cot, you can see that it pretty much takes up the whole, it does take up the whole length of the tent. I got stuff in here with me, just things like my book bag, and I got my iPad in here, watching some Trailer Park Boys on Netflix. Water bottles, staying hydrated. Camping fan. My book bag with my pistol in it. I never know what kind of wildlife I might run into, or what kind of people I might run into. Florida is a open carry conceal state. Not open like you can openly carry, but anyone, as long as like you're not a felon or you haven't lost your rights, can conceal and carry a firearm. So it's nice for personal protection. It's really ideal for camping. I do it mainly for wildlife because I just don't know what kind of wildlife I might run into, and if something serious could happen, I'd rather be safe than sorry. But I just want to check in, show you some of my stuff that I've got going on here. This is a really nice, bright, so bright LED light. You can see my tent tarp is back there. There's bugs out there. Thankfully, they're not in here. I'm just getting ready to head to bed for the night. It's midnight. It's 12 p.m. I mean 12 a.m. It's 12 a.m. But yeah, it was a good camp. It's been a good night. I've enjoyed myself. This fan's been a game changer. Just really helped with the heat because it's still hot. The dew point is like 81 degrees, and it's about 81 degrees out here. It's supposed to get down to 78, I think, or 76, somewhere around there. So, but I'll catch up with y'all in the morning. See you in the morning. We'll break camp down. Good morning, everybody. It's still dark, kind of. Not really. It is like 6. It's like 6:43 a.m. Good morning, everybody. It's like 6:43 a.m. I didn't sleep too bad last night. It was a good temperature. The fan was nice. I slept decent. At one point before bed, I thought it was gonna maybe storm, or at least rain. It was lightning and thunder, and there's some stuff on the radar kind of south of here. So I had repositioned the tarp to have some more coverage. So I'm gonna start getting up and getting about. I'll show you what the tarp looks like. I wanted to film the sun coming up, guys. Have a little bit of a fog, and it's really beautiful. Can hear some generators going. I primitive camp. Other people have to have generators, so that's okay. It's hunting time right now. Probably a lot of people. I don't know. I'm sure some people are probably out hunting right now. A lot of people sit in bed. I just wanted to show you all guys what I did on my tarp last night. But this is how I had the tarp. I got it to cover more of everything. I didn't know if it was gonna rain, so I went ahead and I probably would have needed to cover this up more last night, but I think it was just gonna sprinkle. You can see that. I had this tied to the bed of the truck, and then I just kind of had it angled back down over the tent. And there's everything that I had in there. But I'm gonna start tearing everything down, guys. So this campsite is officially cleaned up. This tarp is already here. These tarps are already here. Leave no trace. All trash that I accumulated, anything that I brought in, taking it out with me. We're gonna shut the tailgate. It's a successful camp, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed the ride. What if you wanted to camp overnight in this heat? All the bugs, there's tons of mosquitoes flying around right now. Or would you rather leave it to the Florida man? It was an adventure I like. The cows were kind of crazy yesterday. I still don't understand what was going on with that, but nature's not to be understood. Like the video, leave a comment what you think, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see when the new videos drop. If you click that bell icon, you'll be alerted of when the new videos drop. But I hope you're enjoying them. Have a good day.